Welcome to Elite Expert Insider Podcast, where we will inspire, motivate, and educate entrepreneurs, innovators, and growth seekers. Brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, making the best and brightest in the industry #1 best-selling authors. 80% of people say they want to write a book. We're assuming that's the same for you. If so, contact us at www.eliteonlinepublishing.com and make your book a reality. Hey, how you doing? It's Melanie Johnson, along with my good friend and business partner, Jen Foster. How you doing, Jen?
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Good. Well, listen, we have a great guest for you today. We're going to learn about, he wrote a best-selling book called Thinking and Acting with a Compassionate Heart. And I find so many times we get stressed out. I was even doing that today. I was stressed out. Something didn't go right. And, the words come out of your mouth before you're thinking about being compassionate and thinking the whole thing through and how to be a leader with compassion. And Illens Dort is with us today, and we're going to learn a lot about that. We're going to go through his 5 steps. But first, we want to talk about subscribing to our podcast because we have such fabulous people that come on our podcast, just like Illens. So we want you to remember to subscribe because then you get updated and they tell you all the people that are on here. So we want to talk about that. And then I'm so excited. Right before this, Jen held up 2 of our newest prayer journals. Oh my gosh, they are so gorgeous. Hold them up, Jen.
Here's one, Jesus Loves Me, and this is our guided prayer journal with prompts. And then this one is also just a prayer, just says prayer on it. And these are beautiful.
If you can't see them, they have these vibrant flowers, like this big flower on there with bright pink and aqua. It looks like you're in the tropics. Oh my gosh, I just want to have that on my coffee table. I can't wait to order one for myself. You got them before me. Those are fantastic. And I think we're going to be running a giveaway that you could win 4 prayer journals with those fabulous covers. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. I love them. So I can't wait to get them. If you want to check out our prayer journals, you can go to elitejournals.com and then click on the prayer journals there, or you can find prayer journals on Amazon. Just go to prayer journals, Elite Online Publishing, and all of our prayer journals will pull up there. Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. So anyways, let's get back to teaching you something, inspiring you, and motivating you. And we're going to introduce our guest today. We're so honored to have him. Illens Dort, thank you for coming today. How are you?
I am doing great, Melanie. And Jen, thank you for having me. It's been a wonderful day so far.
Great. Well, tell us, Illens, a little bit about yourself, where you came from in your background that got you to this point of being a best-selling author.
Wonderful. I was born and raised in Haiti. I was born in a small town in Haiti and then moved from that small village to another city called Saint-Marc. And then in Port-au-Prince, I went to school there and went to university and then moved to Utah. I've been in Utah for over 31 years, and it's been a wonderful place to be. And then, my background, was born with wonderful parents. They taught me great principles in my life. And then that led me to thinking. And I love to think, and also I love to think in a way that can add value to people because I value people.
Oh, I love that. Now, your book talks about these 5 principles, and it is all about adding value. And you talk about too about finding your passion. And it sounds to me like your passion is to add value to people. So walk us through part of your book about these 5 principles.
Okay, the first one, I call it a transformational thinking and acting. So we are all blessed with wonderful thoughts. The problem is that sometimes we don't take time to cultivate these thoughts in nurturing them and also write them down. So, and that has been a gift for myself. And then wonderful thoughts will come to my mind and my heart. And then I'll take time to really cultivate them and work with them. And then, so the first principle of the transformational thinking and acting is that you gotta take time to reflect. Great thinking doesn't come easily. John Maxwell put it this way: you need to find a place. The place can be different for different people, but my places usually are in my office or when I'm traveling. But it doesn't matter where the place is for you. What you need to remember is that you will have wonderful thoughts and you need to find a way to capture them. So the next principle is that we need to record them. because I think that can happen to anybody. You will have that wonderful thought, and then pretty soon, in a few minutes, if you didn't record them or write them down, you forget. You say, man, what I was thinking, and then the thought is gone. So I have developed that principle. Anytime a good thought. Sometimes I'm driving, and then if I cannot wait to get to the place, I'll just stop and then find a place and park and write that wonderful thought, and then I'll move on. And sometimes it could be in my office, it could be when I'm flying. It doesn't matter. You never know. The key is that you never know when that thought will come. So when it comes, you need to be ready to receive it, nurture it, and also write it down. The second principle is that record them and all the times. The reason that we need to record them is so we can remember them. So what I share with people is that when these thoughts come to your mind, they come to you as a gift, right? They come to you as a gift, not only for yourself. For a long time, they've been coming to me. I thought, oh, they were coming for me as a gift to me. I wrote them down. Sometimes I didn't write them down and forgot them. And then over the years, when I took time to share them with people and I look at the reaction on their faces, and then that's when I start learning that the thoughts did not come to me only to serve me, but they came to me so I can serve other people. So if we don't write them down, we can't remember them, but we remember that they are coming to us so they can serve us and serve other people. Yeah. The other principle, which is very crucial, okay, is to apply them.
Yes.
Is to apply them. And too often they come to us, we forgot to apply them. Mm-hmm. There's no meaning to any wonderful thoughts if we cannot apply them. One of them is that to live is to love is to sacrifice, and sacrifice gives meaning, more meanings to life and love. Then when that thought came to my mind, I got to remember that I am here on earth as part of life is to love and value people. So when the opportunities come, they will always come. I need to remember to apply them. Now the next one, number 5.
Let's talk about something before you mention number 5, because I think that in today's society, it's really, really hard for people to actually have thoughts. We have screens in front of us constantly, whether we have our phone or our computer or our iPad, we're constantly have a screen in front of us, and it's telling us something, or it's having us have text someone or email someone or call someone or reminding us these things. And so our minds are overwhelmed. And so I think the first principle, what you're talking about, is really allowing those thoughts to come by taking that time to be unplugged, or taking that 10 minutes to meditate, or 10 minutes to pray, or 10 minutes or more than 10 minutes, but having that time, like you said, in your place, in your special place, to have those opportunities to have those thoughts come to you. And then writing them down and recording them. I think those are such great principles, because if, like you said, if you don't write them down or record them, you're going to forget. So we have so much technology today to help us to write them down or help us record them. And we just need to use that, or get the journals or whatever to write them down.
Yeah, like all of our journals. Give us some examples, and I love the write it down, of course, because we're all big into journals, and we have all our journals that we produce here at Elite Online Publishing. So give us some examples of what some of these thoughts are, because you're saying, you get these thoughts as a gift, and then you have to act on them. So it might not just be, hey, I'm okay, or God's got my back, or, what are some of these thoughts that you've had, some of your experiences of something that you had and then you actually acted on it? Give us some examples, or an example.
So one of them is that there is no stranger in the land. I have yet to meet a stranger, because there is none. The thought is that when we see someone that we just meet the person, the first reaction is, oh, that person is a stranger. And then thinking this way, that could put a barrier between us and that person. But once we learn that, really the definition is that it's someone that we have not met yet, or we have not gotten the time to be acquainted with the person, then once we spend the time, it could be a couple of minutes, we spend the time just by asking questions, by really being interested in knowing about the other person, and pretty soon we open a wide window and we find out that person was not a stranger. And I call it that person was a friend to meet. Then that's an example. So I am quite open. I'll go to places and then I'll just look at someone. I'll come and I'll go and I ask a very simple question. Oh, how are you doing today? And I'll listen. And man, it's amazing what's happened once you have this heart. That's what I call it, a compassionate heart. And another point is that I define the word compassion in my own way, is that compassion comes from the heart, not from the mind. It comes from the heart first. It's an abundance type of heart, and that allows us to think this way. And go back, Jen, to the comment that you made. That was right on the point. In the book, I share about that. Is that, thinking is a hard thing. That's why only few people take time to do it. But we are gifted with the ability to think. So we need to take the time. And Melanie, go back to your point, and also recording, is that right now we have so many things, so many tools. We could use our phone to record it. And, the list is so long that we would not take time to list them all. But the opportunity for us to record our thoughts is always with us.
Give us okay, so let's move on to the fifth thing. What was the fifth thing before we started, us women cutting you off and getting our conversation going?
No, it was wonderful. I appreciate the thoughts as well. So let's go back to the first four. Take time to reflect so we can think. Reflect on things that happen in our lives, and then record them so we can remember them and apply them. But the fifth one is that as we remember that they come to us to help us so we can help others. So we need to share them when it is appropriate. There are times it may not be appropriate. Let me be honest with you. It took me a long time before I decided to share these thoughts with people, even to write the book. They've been coming to me, and as they came, I took the time to nurture them. And then I just say, it was one of my daughters. She's a pediatrician. And then I share a couple of thoughts. And then she looked at them. She said that, you are very gifted. And I said, oh, that's very nice of you. And I continue to share them with other people. Sometimes they will look at me. They say, Illens, who are you quoting?
It's you. You know what I think is unique about you too is that you took these thoughts, you wrote them down, and then you made them into a book. I mean, that's really beautiful. So they're all together. And so many people want to do that and don't. So congratulations on that. I think that's amazing that now the whole world can see all those thoughts and positive things that happened through Amazon on your book.
And another thing also I did in that book as well, I made it very practical, very functional. So people can open the book while they are reading the thoughts, they are thinking about them. And then in some of them, I shared the events that led to me thinking this way. And I have space for them so they can write their own thoughts also. It's very functional for them. Some of the comments I receive about the book, they say, Illens, your book is very simple. And I say, that's wonderful, because simplicity is a beauty. But another thing also, they like the fact that it allows them to ponder.
Yeah, I love that. So, and what motivated you you had all these thoughts, and I want to get into the book writing just for a minute. For so many people want to write a book and do what you did. What was your process of doing that, taking your thoughts and creating a book?
So the process was that, first of all, I had the thoughts, right? And then I wrote them down and I kept them. And then after sharing them, people just say, Illens, you need to share them with other people. So the process I developed, and that is coming from my good friend. So every day I put time aside and I say, okay, I'm going to write about this. And there are times also I'll go to my thinking place and then the thoughts will come and I compile them. So the process is very simple. And this one I need to give credit to my good friend, John Maxwell, is that we need to think every day. Some people may think that's easy. Say, oh, I'm thinking. No, the deep thinking, you have to learn how to do it and find the right place. The other one also is to write them down. Write them down. It's not that difficult, but if we don't write them down, we cannot craft them. And also, to go to the process of the book, I engage other people, and my good friend Jen also was key with the ebook portion of it. I work with another friend, and also to the creative designer, and also we spend a lot of time to really simplify it so people can enjoy it as well. So writing a book is a process. It's not only it's not sufficient to only have the content, but you have to have a team. The word that I will leave, the message I will leave with people is that it takes a team to write a wonderful book.
Yes, I think that's true. And I remember working with you on the ebook to get it out and make sure that we had all the coaching there. So that was really good.
And
well,
you've done a fantastic job there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I really enjoyed reading your book. I actually had Alexa read the book to me. And she did a really good job reading the book to me on one Sunday morning. So it was nice. I don't know if anyone knows that tool or that tip, but I said the word, so.
I know, I was just looking to see if mine turned on. Like, did mine turn on? Hopefully not.
But if you have the book inside of your Kindle, you can simply ask Echo to read the book, and you just say the title of the book, and she will just start reading the book to you. So it's really great. It just has to be the same account, the same Amazon account for your Kindle as you have for your Echo. So it works out really well. So tell us a little bit, Illens, about what kind of, I know you have these different leadership retreats and different things that you do. So how have you applied your book or used your book for what you're doing, which is these wonderful charity leadership retreats that you do? Tell us about that a little bit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you with that. So another things that we do as a company, we take executives and also we take families on those, I call them humanitarian excursion or executive retreats to places like Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, and we're working also on Haiti as well. Right now, we have 3 retreats scheduled for the rest of the year. One, and we're going to Mexico, and that's in October, and that's for families and also for executives. Another one to Costa Rica, beginning of November 2nd to November 11th, and we have another one scheduled for Dominican Republic at the end of November 30th to June 8th. So where we take our family members or executive and members of the team to wonderful places, great resorts, so they can enjoy great vacation there. And at the same time also we participate in humanitarian services. That is the key for these retreats also. That's where we can create an environment where the team members can bond together and also work together and network together. You know, at the end, the last 2 days of these retreats, that's when we focus on leadership training and team building training and then professional development training. So I use a part of the book as well for that, and I use also some other topic and content for that as well.
Great.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, give us a couple examples of the humanitarian work that you do at these different retreats.
So our focus is on orphanages. In February, we went to Dominican Republic. We went to an orphanage and in the area of Igwe. And then we took the team members there, and they spend a lot of time. You can go to our site, humanitjourney.com or elevateintl.biz. You will see some wonderful pictures. And then we serve the children. We went there also. We bought food for them that lasts 1 month. And before we get there, you know, they were having like a little oatmeal, half of a cup. And then the same day we went as a team, bought them food and a lot of wonderful food. And also we serve them, we play with them. And the futures, we're gonna do something more sustainable with these orphans. We are going to teach them English, and we're gonna keep the program ongoing there because I know I'm from a third world country. I understand the importance of learning a foreign language. That's gonna be a marketable skill for them when they get to leave the orphanage, so they can have the skill that they need to go and work and provide for the families that they will have in the future. We don't want them to be recycled in the orphanages situation. And also I have a good friend of mine, Earl Foote, who is the co-founder of Elevate International. We're gonna focus also on basic computer skills. another marketable skill in this area, so they can find job. And when we bring our participants, they will be able also to participate in the immersion form of English. We want them just to speak the English, so these children can learn. But aside for that, also that the fact that you spend time with them, you serve them. We had members of Connection went them, we went there, and then we were in the kitchen. We are the servant. The way I put it for the participant, when you go to the resort, they're gonna treat you like kings, queens, and princesses. But when you go to the orphanage, we flip it. You are the servant, and we want to make sure you give these children, I don't like to refer to them as orphans, I say these children, the best 2 days of their lives. We're going to treat them like they are kings and queens. So we reverse it. That's a fantastic feeling, and the feedback we receive is phenomenal. For example, our good friend Alexis went with 3 children, and she said that was the best investment for me and my children going there and serve in this capacity. But don't forget also the training, the leadership training is fantastic. We use great proven content to do that. Another thing also I want to share, going back to the book, if I may, Milani, you asked a question about that. At the end, I talk about the passion and compassion.
Yeah.
I'm going to share with the audience my definition of passion. Passion is really the ability to do your very best at whatever you are doing. It will get to a point where you're going to find out the things that you are born to do in this life. There are times in life you may not find it. However, you have the responsibility to give your best. Whatever we are doing in our lives, we got to do our very, very best. That's where passion starts. Then we get to the point where we say, oh man, I was born to do this. When you get to that point, you're going to give it all. But you need to remember why. Sometimes we forget why we receive the gifts that we receive. I'll tell you very simply. It is not for ourselves. It is to help other people. And that also translates into business. What is the goal of business? Is to solve people's problems. And compassion, I put it this way, is the good deeds we do to alleviate the sufferings of other people. And you can translate that in any ways you want. But even also in business, that's what we do. When someone comes to us with a problem, our job is to do our very best to remove that problem from them so they can go and move on with their lives. So we all have passions, and we need to remember to do that passion with compassion, meaning do it in a way that will solve someone else's problem or alleviate the sufferings, whatever that sufferings may be.
I love that. It's to serve. Really, when you find out what your passion is, whatever it is, the result turns out to serve someone else and solve their problem. And the retreat, oh my gosh, what a great combination. Holy cow. You get to go down, change children's lives, change their whole future by even just giving a hug. Just in playing with them and giving your words and sharing your passion with them. And then you get to have all this leadership skill on part of it. So you get to improve yourself, improve your business, and give to someone else and change children's lives. What a great, great combination. And while you're down there, it sounds like you maybe dig deeper and really find out your own passions. Even if you maybe have figured out your passion and your purpose, sometimes there's more than one, and you can dig deeper and find out different levels of what you're doing. Just great. Tell us where they can go to find out more information about the retreat.
About the retreats, you can go to Humanekdromi. I need to spell that. It's HUMANEKDROMI.com. You're going to get some information about that. Also, you can go to the one for the executives. You can go to Elevate, INTLEVATEINTL.biz. You're going to find some good information. Also about the book, you can, and if you want to know more about what I'm doing in terms of coaching and training people here in this wonderful country, you can go to illensdort.com, ILLENSDORT.com. enlightenment.com. And you can go and check some wonderful reviews there and learn more about what I'm doing on a daily basis. I have a blog called Daily Dose. You can go there, and every day you're gonna see what I'm thinking on.
Great. Well, we'll put those links up at the bottom. Hold up your book for those watching on YouTube. And those who aren't watching on YouTube can go to Amazon to check out his book, Thinking and Acting with a Compassionate Heart. And we'll put those links up at the bottom. Thank you so much, Illens, for being here today.
Thank you so much, Jen and Melanie, for having me. This has been a wonderful experience.
Terrific. Well, before we go, remember to subscribe to our podcast so then you get alerts of everyone that's coming up ahead of time, and you know when our podcasts are going to be airing. We're on iTunes and Stitcher Radio and also on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. If you are thinking of writing a book like Illens, taking your thoughts, inspiring other people, and changing the world, please contact us at Elite Online Publishing. You can go to the contact part and you can fill out the submissions form. We would love to work with you. All of our authors we've made so far #1 best-selling authors on Amazon. So if you'd like to work with us, we'd like to take a look at what you're doing. We love books that are inspirational, motivational, and educational, and we do fiction books as well. So also, I just have to have these journals showed one more time, these prayer journals. They are so gorgeous.
All right, so let me tell you about them. So this is the prayer journal, and this one has a pink daisy with the teal background. And this one has a red pinkish rose, Jesus Loves Me, and this prayer journal. And inside, I don't know if anyone has seen the interiors, but I don't know if you can see it on the video. I'll describe it. So we have one page that has prompts to talk about your Bible verse you're reading, your quote for the day, your spiritual thoughts, and your blessings, and who you want to send love to, and your daily gratitude. And on the other side, we have your journal entries. So you can have lines to write your journal entry or your powerful prayer for that day. So this is a great journal you can fill out.
Love it. I love it. Love it. I'm ordering 2 today. So they're just gorgeous. And Jen, if you're not seeing this, but Jen's lip gloss matches the journal. So anyways, that's a girl thing. Thank you, Illens. Thanks for being here. Subscribe to our podcast. Leave us a note. Drop us a line. Love to hear from you guys. We'll see you next time at the Elite Expert Insider. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to create the most powerful advertising tool for your business, contact us at eliteonlinepublishing.com, where we will help you create, publish, and make your book a #1 bestseller, and show you how to get new leads and more revenue for your business. If you'd like to check us out on our Facebook page, we have a free book for you as our gift. Just go and click free book. Remember to subscribe and leave a comment for our podcast. We would love to hear from you.